Sweet, we are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Thank you for guys for coming to see our new series that we're doing. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on, but it's Narik and Ken. We're going to be talking on our new series called Character Ranker Episodes. In this series, we are going to be talking about any specific character that's from a movie or television show based on a comic book, a book, or a video game or a manga or anime, and we're just going to talk about them. We're going to rank them, and we're going to see where they fit. Are they good or do they totally suck?
New, fresh series. This will be fun. This is our very first episode, so we're going to kind of work this out as we go. So it's always fun.
Yes, and in the first episode, we're going to talk about the highly talked about Jared Leto's Joker.
Poke a wound today.
Because a lot of people had a lot of things to say about the performance and the character and the design.
Yeah, the whole Suicide Squad had a whole different vibe to it, and a lot of people didn't. A lot of people liked the Joker character, but really didn't feel he was necessary to be in the movie, and should have just had him come in later as a Joker in a Batman movie or standalone movie, like something, anything but Suicide Squad.
Yeah. All right, now we'll go ahead and go down the list. I only wrote down 4 things, which would be the main topics, which I guess would fit for the movies. It would be the character, as like how character was written and portrayed, the portrayal itself, the overall design of the character, and the movie. So I feel like there's 4 points we can stick to. Of course, what did you think about the actual the character itself? Like,
if I were just looking at the Joker as an independent character, not the role that he played or the part he played in the movie, let's say, I think he was the more psychotic Jokers that were like in the late '90s comic series, where he was just flat damn insane and was cold blooded. He was a calculating, meticulous killer. There wasn't a lot of humor. I mean, there was dark humor. It wasn't the lively humor that you would see like in the original Batman movie with Jack Nicholson. Or the kind of the weird, I'm not sure where we're going, Heath Ledger version. I mean, he was just a stone cold killer. His design was interesting.
I really did like his design.
The way he looked was a very modern uptake of the Joker character. I kind of like the more classic character with the long coat, the gray long hair, the longer face, kind of the structure in the comic series, who is a little bit of both worlds. He has his humor, but he's kind of technologically smart and uses it to his advantage.
Yeah.
But he is, he always kind of throws that humorous, always kind of keeping joking around, the Joker texture to the character. There was a lot of play with his character in the movie. We know he was very crazy. I mean, yes. he was very, very insane, very more insane and unstable than I would have expected. The scene where he's talking to himself about getting her back, and he's sitting and has all the knives around him and all that stuff. It's just kind of a very weird scene for the movie. Seeing him in the insane asylum, working with I forgot what her actual real name was.
Margot Robbie.
No, I mean the character.
Harleen Quinzel.
Yeah, when he was dealing with her as a psychiatrist, and then he reverses the role. He seduces her, reverses the role, and makes her nut job bat crazy too.
Yeah.
And then he actually really falls for her, because you see that scene in the movie where he was just going to walk off. He basically took all his time, manipulated her, formed her, molded her into what he was wanting. She fell for him head, foot, and everything, and he was just going to throw her in the vat and just let her die. And then he just kind of felt that little spark of guilt, love, whatever you want to call it, and dived in and saved her. But she was, already. So I don't know. I think he was a darker, grimmer character. I'd like to say I like the style. I don't care so much for the, some of the clothing choices, because I'm wanting more of the classical Joker with the longer coats and the more lively colors. I mean, they kept his coloring scheme. I mean, they kept the purples and stuff in there. Yes.
Yeah.
His car was really cool. Harley was dressed up. She kind of varies through any of the series that you see her in. And anyway, there's, of course, you have your standard Harley Quinn standard outfit. But I don't know. I would have really liked to have seen the character, that Joker, in something else. I think a darker Batman would have been perfect with the Jared Leto, not the Ben Askren character, definitely not him. A Christian Bale style character. The Batman Begins, Batman versus that Joker. I would have definitely liked to have seen.
The reason why I like this Joker, because I think as far as the character is concerned, I like this character because everybody likes the Joker to be just insane and he has personality because he's insane and he just kills and just does dumb shit. Cool. I like this one because in the other ones, this one he has more depth. He wants stuff. You can tell, like, he's a crime lord. He's in the strip club and stuff. He's really smart. You saw how he throughout the movie he was searching how to get.
He was always trying to keep that one step ahead to find Harley. He ended up going to the guy who owed the money and paid that dude off, and then worked his way through. So he wasn't stupid.
Yeah, it's like he was the Mark Hamill version from the cartoon, with less humor to him.
Yes,
because in that one, yeah, he was a gangster, he was crazy, but he wanted stuff. You know what I mean? And that's why I like his character. And as far as the design goes, it's different, but I still like it because a lot of people show that express themselves with putting tattoos and stuff on them.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that, and it kind of reflects his character. It's a little over the top, yes, but it does a great job of reflecting his character.
Well, it also kind of reflects the time period too. I mean,
you
look at Leto. I mean, his hair was the green slicked back. He had the pale appearance. His style was more, again, like I don't want to say a retro style, but I mean, it would be something that you would see in a club now if you were to go in some of the more ritzier clubs, the stuff like that. Since he owned, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was his club anyway. So you saw him all dressed up. You saw Harley Quinn all dressed up. He had the modernized tattoos, very loose, showing himself off.
And he does something that the other Jokers don't do. He actually wears different clothes.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that.
They kept the color scheme, but they changed the styling and the materials and the fashion types. I mean, he had his, the serious suit. Then he had, the club wear. He had, he's wearing a tuxedo when he found her and took over the helicopter. He kept.
Take that back. Jack Nicholson did change clothes. I'll take that back. He did change clothes a couple of times. My bad.
But I mean, we see it stood out more, I think, really, because they were very dynamic with their choices and styles of clothing. I mean, we saw every time you saw the Joker, it was always something new.
Yep.
Where they had the cane. The first one we didn't have the cane.
It was less cartoonish that way. Because think about it, like Heath Ledger's Joker, the entire movie he wore the same thing. Yes, he might have took the jacket off at one part, but the entire movie, except for the part where he cross-dressed.
Yeah, I was gonna say you forgot the nurse's outfit.
That's like what I'm saying. It's kind of like when you think about Bane. Bane, the whole time you see Bane, it's like he's wearing the same thing.
Oh yeah, the whole movie he's literally the same.
So, and I like that they did that. They changed them up, and I like the whole thing where with Harley, there is like a love-hate relationship. Because like you were saying, like, yeah, you're gonna let her die, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I like that.
And it is. He loves the hater and he hates the lover.
Yep.
You know,
and I like he's a lot more charismatic in this one.
I think almost sometimes I feel that he was. I don't want to say. I hate to use the word over the top. It's just I guess the most fitting statement.
Yeah.
He was more. Gosh, it's a comic character coming to life, and you want to say he's overacting, but you just feel the overpresence of, comparison to all of our other Jokers that we've ever seen. I mean, he was probably the most over the top.
Yeah, he was hamming it up.
Yeah, he was definitely over the top.
It felt parts too. And like I said, this is the most I buy him like manipulating Harley Quinn. This is the most, because it was like he was talking to her, but he was being charming. And then really any of the other, like any of the other incarnations, I don't really see him doing that. Yes, I could see him like playing with her and manipulating, but this one, he was like charming.
Yeah, he was putting on the show. It was basically, his sick way of trying to get revenge for being incarcerated. And, he just basically literally seduced her to his whim, and then when he finally had her, again, he was just going to chunk her off. But in that time frame, I think he realized that he had a love for her too.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up kind of reversing the roles with himself, and then we see the interaction with him. Was it almost the very beginning of the movie? Well, a little bit later in the movie, before Harley gets bagged. In their club, having a good time, being his crime boss self. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "It brings a smile onto me," and he has the tattoo with a little smiley face.
I do like face.
That was very creative. That was something. It gives you that sadistic Joker humor with something new.
And I like that. That's one thing I would say I like about, because I like Jared Leto. I think it's Kenny Tar just said thanks for the video.
You're welcome.
But I do like that about his character, and I think Jared Leto did a great job. Yes, at some points I admit he does seem like he kind of hamming it up a little bit.
Yeah,
but
he kind of just throws it out there and gets a little too excited. But I
think it kind of works for the character.
Yeah, but I just that movie was just. I liked it. I liked the setup. I liked the promise. I liked the way. I just that Joker thing is just kind of sitting there in the background. And granted, it wasn't main focused on him, but he made enough of appearance that we're talking about it.
And I think that's what and this kind of goes back to seeing who's producing the production company behind these DC movies. Stay the hell back. Stay off. Let the directors take care of that. Because if you buy all of the stuff that's supposed to be in the movie for the Joker is in like the director's cut.
Yep.
And you'll get all that stuff that we wanted to see. It's just, they cut it out of the movies. Stop doing that, damn it.
They were trying not to make it about. I mean, the hype was. The hype was the joke. I mean, really, honestly, everybody wanted to go see Jared Leto's Joker. They wanted to see it because what did you see? All the precursor to the movie releasing, Jared Leto and the Joker. What does the Joker look like? What's his style? They weren't worried about any of the other. I mean, Croc, I think, is another one they brought, forth because everybody wanted to see Killer Croc and what they would make him look like. But for the rest of the characters, there was not a lot of care or concern. Nobody cared what anybody looked like. I mean, I think they were more interested in Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yep.
But I think the focus was on Joker because every time I would look on IO9 or one of the movie sites or Cinescape or some of those sites, we have a sneak peek of the Joker. We didn't have a sneak. You weren't worried about sneak peek of any of the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Enchantress was brought up like once or twice, maybe. So that was it was really just that was the focus of the movies.
Yep.
And
the whole problem with the movie, like you were saying, was they cut out stuff that they should have. They put the Joker in a movie and cut out so much of it.
There was just a hinkling of some. And then, like I say, I know why they did it. I understand why they did it because the movie wasn't a Joker movie.
They should have just ran with it. They
could have. They should have. Actually, it shouldn't have even really been.
It could have been.
I think at one time the Joker is part of the Suicide Squad eventually. Anyway,
because if you think about it, the movie is about villains. They should have just, even if Joker wasn't with the Suicide Squad, they should. The movie is all about villains. Let the villains have their movie. Even if Joker is doing his own thing, it'd be nice to see the Joker because everybody expected to see the Joker. They wanted to see what the Suicide Squad, and in fact, the whole movie made it seem like it was going to be the Suicide Squad versus the Joker. And of course, we find out that's not what happens. But the commercials did. But the whole thing should have been, show the Suicide Squad doing their thing. Yes, show Joker doing his thing too, because you're telling a love story. You'd have been helping to tell this love story that you introduced into the movie.
Yeah, you threw it in there, and then you can't feed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and well, I'm sorry, they fed it, but they didn't feed enough of it.
Yes.
You know, because it seems so spotty. Each, we'll get a major scene, something happens, and then the Joker shows up.
Then he's just out.
Yeah, and he's like there for 5 minutes or less, and then he's gone. And then he shows up again somewhere else. It's basically, you see it from the time that Harley Quinn's taken away from him, and as he's pursuing her, we see the story developing for Suicide Squad, and then we see Harley Quinn Joker.
Because this is one thing I would have liked to have seen. Because the whole thing with him being in the movie didn't seem like it crossed paths with the whole Enchantress thing. Like, they're fighting all of these army of guys or whatever, but he's just there, and you would think there would have been like a fight or something.
It's like nothing tied to him. I mean, he's literally, the only thing that he's after, no matter what's going on, is Harley Quinn.
And I would like to see one scene where she was in trouble and he saved her. In that scene, and you would have seen like a good moment between them, and potentially even at the end of the movie, like when they're fighting Enchantress, and it seems like all is lost. It would have been nice to see Joker show up and help save the day.
Yep.
But he was trying to save it for Harley.
Yeah, he was trying to save her. No one else. It just happened to be tied in together.
So in closing, what would you rank Jared Leto's Joker? 1 being the bad, 5 being the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 5 best, 1 worst. I'm gonna put him at a 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 4 too.
I don't think he has a lot of attributes that I do like, but I don't particularly think he is the best so far that we have seen. But I will definitely rate him in the number 4 department for sure.
I can definitely agree to that. And I will give him a 4 as well. I like the design, I like the character, and I like the fact he had depth. And he was crazy. He was crazy.
He was crazy. He's definitely the craziest one so far. And I think his performance was good in that department of seeing the psychoticness, but I would like to see a little bit of that humor from the Jack Nicholson, a little bit more. I would like to see the kind of this I don't want to say Heath Ledger-ish. I mean, that's comparative, but I'd like to see some more, not some completely insane, some of those more lucid moments of his cunningness, of how he really is.
Yeah.
Some diabolical something or other. Hopefully we'll see. I know there's a Suicide Squad 2 coming, but there's also rumor, we talked about a few episodes of Breaker Debates about the potential standalone Joker movie, an Origins movie, and we kind of got back and forth on that one. And potentially even I saw some notes about was it the Sirens of Gotham? Is that what they're calling it?
Gotham Sirens.
Gotham Sirens, where you have basically the female femme fatales of the series, such as Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. Who's the other one? I'm missing one.
Harley.
I got her first.
Yeah, it's Harley, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman.
There's one more. Who are we missing?
I think it switches, because sometimes I think Black Canary, I think, was one of them at one point, and no, it was Black Canary, Huntress, and Catwoman, and I think it changed. I think it changes from time to time. It was Harley, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and I think at one point it was Huntress, Catwoman, and Black Canary. But it changes, I think.
I was just trying to look it up here real quick, and it just looks like tentatively as of right now, We're just gonna stick with Catwoman, Harley, and Poison Ivy.
Okay.
They're gonna hold with that one so far. And it even looks like they're gonna be putting out a potential comic based on it as well. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Don't ruin the movie giving me a comic.
Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up, guys, in the comment section below. Let us know, what did you think about our video? What do you think about Jared Leto as the Joker? Do you think he was a good Joker, a bad Joker? Let us know at least what a good thing about him and a bad thing about him. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on the NarikChase channel, as well as stay tuned. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do upload videos, so y'all need to be there. Definitely catch you guys later. Peace out.